Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. I'm Sarah, and we're going to dive into Gene Key 55 today, the current Sun transit. This is the special Gene Key 55. It's special for a couple of reasons. One, because it's the only one of all 64 Gene Keys that only has two words. The gift and the city are the same. Two, because the chapter is enormous. It's a long, big chapter. And the reason for that is because this Gene Key really highlights the mutation that is going on in our human bodies right now as we watch this video. And this is the journey from victimization to freedom. The shadow, victimization. The gift, freedom. The city, the highest level of expression is freedom. So let's start at the shadow. This victimization, Richard Rudd speaks to the dilemma of this is needing external validation. And this is what really creates suffering in our life. We create suffering to feel something, to feel like we're here, like we belong. When really, our birthright is to be here and to be free. So, as this Gene Key speaks of, this pathway of ascending out of the shadow into the gift is really about unlearning. It's about letting go of the beliefs, the emotions that we weren't able to process that are still stuck in our tissues. And I really love what Richard Rudd says about this yin, this feminine quality Gene Key of freedom, is that you cannot force freedom. And he, in the audio, uses, like, thinking of using a battering ram with a woman. Doesn't work out so well. We need to court the energy of freedom. We can't force it by selling everything and going to be a nomad, even though it might feel like freedom at first. Often there's still that inner tension or the inner suffering. And that speaks to this idea that we need to court freedom. We need to create space for it. We need to understand what it really means. So let's go back to the shadow, victimization. Being a victim, with all of the Gene Keys, we have the repressive nature or the reactive nature. And the reactive nature of this one is blaming others. When we blame others, we become victims of circumstances. We're playing in the game of the shadow, of the victimization. And to get to freedom, as with all of the Gene Keys, and Richard Rudd says this Gene Key 55 is really, this journey of victimization to freedom is the journey of all of the Gene Keys. It's about realizing that there is nothing external that we need to acquire. Not recognition, not a relationship, not finances. Yes, all those things come when we surrender and no longer have the need or that feeling of lack within us. And that's just our human journey. So, what is freedom? Let's speak back to the gift and the city here. And I love this too, what Richard Rudd says is, what is freedom? That's a hard question to answer sometimes. Everybody's going to have a different answer, as they should. And everyone will have a different answer to this question he proposes is better, which is, where in my life do I not feel free? Where in my life do I not feel free? And likely the answer will come up immediately, unless you're really pressing it down. But the first thing you thought of, that's it. And that's the direction we go towards. We move into it courageously. And that's why the Gene Keys aren't popular. So popular because it takes so much courage to just go directly into it. And this is something that I really admire in my partner, he has this gene key as his evolution, and we're tied together in the codon ring of the whirlwind for this. With gene key 55 is freedom, and gene key 49, which was just a few weeks ago, and I made a video on that one if you'd like to check it out, which is rebirth. So this whirlwind is bringing this energy right now, the freedom to rebirth and the rebirth to freedom. That we always have the opportunity to let go of control, to let our life seemingly feel like it's going to fall apart, and trust that somehow it's going to come back together more magically than we could have ever imagined. And I'm speaking to that energy right now from a place of experiencing that just recently through the immersion that I shared in Mexico last week. And if you didn't watch those videos, I invite you to check them out. And that's what I love about contemplating the sun transits, is to witness in myself how the story of those archetypes are playing out, to witness it in others around me and have compassion. Maybe when someone gets triggered and jumps back into the shadow of victimization, not to judge them, but to hold space for them to feel that. And that's what we need to do for ourselves, and I believe that that is what freedom is. It's what this gene key is pointing to. Freedom isn't anything out there. It's not being free to just travel the world, although that can happen, but it's about feeling free because you're able to be with whatever arises within your body, within your emotions. And many of us have stuck emotions. Many of us have suppressed our voice or denied feelings of anger or rage or shame, either out of discomfort or out of stories that they were bad or wrong. And it's one of the reasons why I love fascia and the fascia maneuvers that I've recently introduced into my sphere. It's a really beautiful way of courting freedom, courting this feminine energy of tuning into our bodies, listening to our bodies, giving it space, literally, by moving the fascia, hydrating it, and freeing the dense, stuck energy held in our DNA and our fascia and our tissue. So I would love to do a simple fascia maneuver together and finish the video off with that. So we're going to hug ourselves by taking our right arm and our right leg, cross your right leg over your left, your right arm underneath your left armpit. I'm going to set this down. Actually, I'll put my microphone in my ear here. And your left hand's going to go on top. Drop your shoulders down, just drop the weight of the world. Drop feeling like a victim of the whirlwind energy you might be feeling now. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Then we're going to turn our head to the left and our body to the right. You can close your eyes, keep your shoulders down, pull your belly button in, and pull your sex organs up. We're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth for 6 breaths. Ready? In and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come back to center and repeat these words after me if it feels comfortable. Hello, body, I am here. I hold you and I listen. I make space for whatever it is you need to feel, and I stay. I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to be with the emotion I did not know how to be with. I'm ready to free the stuck emotion to dissolve the density, and I invite in more light into these spaces. Feel free to do the other side, crossing your left leg over, your left hand under. Do that in your own time. And whatever words that come to you that you want to say to yourself, I invite you to do that now after this video. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.